Hey guys, how's it going? This is Terry. I just wanted to give a quick update on my progress switching over to the low carb lifestyle. Things are going good, down about 25 pounds in just over 30 days. Probably could have lost a little bit more had I not made some mistakes in the beginning. I was basically taking in too many calories, even though I had cut most of the carbs out of my day. But I've made those changes and corrected that. Basically, I've incorporated protein shakes into my day. Same thing I would have been doing had I went ahead with the gastric sleeve surgery that I was looking into. Basically, I'm supplementing the meals. I'll have breakfast one day and have a shake for lunch, and then I'll eat dinner. Or the next day, I'll have a shake for breakfast and for lunch, and then have dinner. Or I just keep switching it up to keep my body off balance. I know you don't want your body to get in a routine no matter what you're doing, because then your fat burning process and metabolism gets comfortable and doesn't work to its fullest potential. So those protein shakes have been great. Basically, it's the ones I'm using are Premier Protein. My surgeon, they recommend them. You can get these at Sam's Club. I mean, this is one of the highest protein contents you'll get. This is 30 grams of protein with 160 calories, only 1 gram of sugar, 3 net carbs. They also have vanilla. They have strawberry. Both of them have the same stats, and they're pretty good. I haven't had the strawberry yet, but the chocolate and vanilla are definitely good. Another thing that I've been using another tool that I've been using to help get through with the cravings and things like that is Atkins has their own variation of their candies. Here's their peanut butter cup. It tastes just like a Reese's peanut butter cup, only 2 net carbs. They have this caramel chocolate nut roll, 3 net carbs. That's really good. And they also have their own variation of M&Ms. There's about 20 in here. There's only 1 net carb. I don't eat them every day. One thing that I noticed when I was eating them every day was that my weight loss wasn't as fast. It definitely slowed it down. So I definitely only eat those when I need to. Stayed back away from those. Basically, what I do is I'll take in about 30 carbs a day or less. I have 1 carb meal per week. The program that I'm doing is called the Carb Night Solution, which usually would allow you for 1 full night of carbs. I think it's a 4-hour time period. But I was getting disappointed with the carb night, because I would eat, my dinner with carbs in it, and then I would have some other stuff. We would get ice cream, or we would do something, and it seemed like my weight gain was about 3 to 5 pounds, which was very discouraging the next day or the day after that, because you shouldn't weight yourself after a carb night anyways, but because of my battle with weight, I was just desperate to see the damage that it did, and I didn't like it. So it's very discouraging. So I try to, I've cut it back to 1 carb meal per week. This past week I had a breakdown afterwards. I ended up getting into potato chips. But one thing that I was told when I started this, eventually you'll get to a point to where those things won't taste good anymore. And that's true, because I got into potato chips. It was a brand new bag of Wavy Lay's potato chips, and I love those, or at least I used to. I sat down and started eating some, and they just didn't taste as good to me. They tasted different, so that's definitely a good thing. I mean, I probably could go the rest of my life without eating another potato chip, because it didn't taste the same. I can't. It almost tasted stale. They weren't stale; they were brand new. So the taste buds are definitely a little bit different. And I'm hoping to get to that point with the chocolate, with the candy and things like that. That's one reason why I don't eat them every day. Most of the people I know that are living a low carb lifestyle, they don't even crave that stuff anymore. So that's the point that I'm trying to get to. Another thing that I've incorporated into my life, of course, you're not eating carbs, you're not eating vegetables, you're not eating fruits, you need a multivitamin. I've did some research on these, Nature's Way. I know a lot of weightlifters and bodybuilders and stuff, on some of their message boards and things, they've recommended this brand. A lot of good reviews on it. The only thing I didn't research was the price. I got ripped off. Our natural market up the street sells these for about $21.99. I paid. I mean, you could get them at Walmart for $9.99 or Rite Aid or anywhere for $12.99. It's somewhere in that price range. So shame on me. I did all the research with the price, but whatever. I also incorporated a flaxseed oil. My primary care physician, she's recommended that because my cholesterol is a little high. I'm not as concerned about the cholesterol. The more research I do, you want to worry more about inflammation than you do the cholesterol. Another myth with the cholesterol is that red meat has more cholesterol than chicken and turkey, and that's not true. A sirloin steak, some ground beef or whatever that you go to the grocery store and buy and bring home has pretty much the same amount of cholesterol as a chicken breast or some turkey. So that's a myth. I mean, there's processed red meats that have a lot more cholesterol, hot dogs, things like that are really high in cholesterol. I think lamb and stuff like that's a little bit higher in cholesterol, but for the most part, the cholesterol is about the same, so that's not a big deal. But like I said, inflammation is more of what you're looking at. You definitely want to watch your protein shakes because I've read that the plant-based protein can cause inflammation. You want to stay away from that. You want to stay with the whey-based protein. That helps with the inflammation. Other than that, I mean, I'm still learning a lot. There's a lot of things that I may be wrong on, a lot of things that I may be right on or don't know or whatever. But I'm sticking with it. I have no urge to stop. I definitely feel good about the decision not to go through with the gastric sleeve surgery. I just really feel that I was looking at it as the easy way out, and the more research I do, it's not an easy way out because in the end, you still have to change the way you eat, the way you do everything. And if I can't do it now, I'm not going to be able to do it after the surgery. I'm just going to gain the weight back, and then I'm going to have health complications from the surgery. There's a lot of things that come along with it. Not everybody, but a lot of people do have problems with absorbing vitamins, minerals, and things like that. They've been in the hospital. They've just had they have their hair fall out. They have problems absorbing protein. I think, vitamin B12 was an issue for people. A lot of people were having problems with iron, and they needed a blood transfusion. I know there's a couple were extreme, but those were complications that were not there before the surgery. So you definitely got to remember that surgery changes your life. It's going to change you in some way. And it's going to have an effect on you in some way, whether you see it or not. But the biggest thing is, like I said, I felt that the surgery was going to be the easy way out. And the more and more I research it, and I've prayed on this too. I think things have been pointed out to me that this wasn't the right route to go. I'm not in a position to where I need to have the surgery, even though I have injuries that keep me from being able to go to the gym and do the things I need to do to counter what's going on. I still can walk to my mailbox. I can still walk from corner to corner in my neighborhood. If you can walk, you can lose the weight without the surgery. If you're bedridden, you can't get out of bed. If you can't get out of the chair, things like that, the surgery may be good for you. If you're diabetic, if you're, diabetes is pretty bad and you don't have the energy, things like that, it'll help you. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to these surgeries, but I just believe there's a lot of people that have these surgeries that don't need it. Like I said, I'm going to keep going forward. I hope people, make the same decision that I made, because in the end, when you really think about it, if you sit back and push the doctors away and you think about it, you still have to make these changes even after the surgery. I mean, after gastric sleeve surgery, you have to drink these protein shakes all the time. It's a liquid diet for the first month. Then you go to a soft food diet in the second month, and they slowly start introducing certain foods. And after the surgery, certain foods cause a lot of problems. You can't have fat. You can't have, sugar, things like that. You can throw up. You get diarrhea, severe diarrhea, things like that. There's just so many complications that come along. It's not easy at all. And a lot of people who have these surgeries find out that it's not easy. So, hopefully a lot of people will look at this and make the same decision I did, to where it's not easy. It's going to be a fight. Why not do it before the surgery? Because you don't need any more. It's hard enough to lose the weight without complications. So, you should give it a try, before you consider the surgery. Surgery should always be the last option. I'm doing it. I'm battling severe depression, and food was my comfort. I have to find other ways to deal with my depression, and it's been very difficult, but I'm not going back to the food. So I hope you guys, will make the the same decision to go forward without surgery. All right. So hopefully this can be a blessing to some people and stick with it. So, okay. Hopefully the next update will be as positive and keep going from there. Thanks for watching.